Can you try and say etu aki ilu si ada na ntị?
Eti atuli zianda na ntị.
No. Etu aki ilu si ada na ntị.
Etu aki ilu si ada na ntị.
Perfect. Abụghị etu si atọ.
Abụghị esi atọ.
Abụghị etu si atọ.
Abụghị etu si atọ.
Yes. So
eti asili zianda na ntị. Abụghị esi atọ.
It's very, very close.
Okay, so this is how you wear it. This is how you wear it.
My big
okay.
So very big head.
From.
I feel properly crowned.
Okay. Yeah. Aha.
Does it fit properly?
Yeah. Just make it straighten it.
Does it fit now?
Hope I'm doing this right.
Hope I will not be judged by culture custodians.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Looks good. Now it looks like a proper Yoruba prince. Báyìí ni èmi ó ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò yìí. Yorùbá bọ̀ wọ́n sọ pé bí ọgbọ́n bá sọnù, òwe là á fi wà. If there is ever any short supply of wisdom, then proverb is a touch you use to find wisdom.
Igbo people would say, Ilu bụ mmanụ ndị Igbo ji eri okwu. That means that proverbs is like oil that Igbos use to like dip their words in. So for most times, Igbos don't like talking just freely, and sometimes they like infusing these proverbs that will get you thinking. And it's also a way of just speaking codedly, so those who can understand, if you know, you know. Do you understand?
And that's why we are here today, to explore the proverbs in our different languages. I would be speaking different proverbs in Yoruba, and you'll be giving different proverbs
in Igbo language.
Igbo. My name is Yusuf Akinpelu, and
my name is Makochi Okafo.
So first, let's try this. Would you want to try saying adìyẹ funfun?
Adìyẹ funfun.
Kò mọ́ra ẹ̀ lágbà.
Kò mọ́ra ẹ̀ lágbà.
Kò mọ́ra ẹ̀ lágbà.
Kò mọ́ra ẹ̀ lágbà.
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 Let's go over it again. Adìyẹ funfun.
Adìrẹ funfun.
Adìyẹ funfun.
Adìyẹ funfun. Kò
mọ́ra ẹ̀ lágbà.
Kò mọ́ra ẹ̀ lágbà. Kò mọ́ra ẹ̀ lágbà.
So that means literally saying that a white fowl does not know, is not respectful of itself. But in literal term, it's meaning respect yourself. So Yoruba prides give very big reverence to white things. White fowl. Adìyẹ funfun is white fowl. So adìyẹ funfun kò mọ́ra ẹ̀ lágbà. The white fowl is not respectful of itself or himself. So it's often used for people who are not according themselves the respect they deserve. And then they are being disrespected. Adìyẹ funfun kò mọ́ra ẹ̀ lágbà. So let's try an Igbo proverb.
Kò mọ́ra ẹ̀ lágbà. Got it! Okay, Igbo proverb. Can you try and say etu aki ilu si ada na ntị?
Eti atuli zianda na ntị.
No. Etu aki ilu si ada na ntị.
Etu aki ilu si ada na ntị.
Perfect. Abụghị etu si atọ.
Abụghị esi atọ.
Abụghị etu si atọ.
Abụghị etu si atọ.
Yes. So
eti asili zianda na ntị. Abụghị esi atọ.
It's very, very close, but so I'll just say it straight and tell you what it means. Etu aki ilu si ada na ntị. Abụghị etu si atọ. Now what that means is, you know bitter cola? When someone chews it beside you, it sounds very crunchy and very like, this has to be some juicy stuff. So the way it sounds in the ear is very different from how it tastes. So it's always like, things aren't how they always appear. The grass always looks green on the other side until you go there.
Not all that guitars are gold.
Gold, yes. So Akilu, being very bitter, sounds so crunchy and so juicy until you taste it. Yeah, so that's what it means.
Okay, sounds good.
So I will go with Akufecha Odarawo. Now, ako is the winged termite. You know that winged termite that people fry, people gather it and fry. Yeah, I think that's what you call it. The winged termite that gather near light and people gather it and fry and eat. Yes. So ako fecha odara. Now, awo is frog. The frog doesn't bother going out to chase after this because when it's done flying, it will shed its wing and come down to the frog. So what that means is things will always fall into place. Sometimes you don't have to chase it. When it finishes, the dust will settle, and what is yours will come to you. So that's practically what it means.
The patient dog eats the fattest bone.
More or less.
Ọbẹ̀ kì í gbénú àgbà mì. It's literally saying the soup does not make sound in the elder's belly. And then that is, you must learn to keep secret.
I see.
So when somebody entrusts you with a trust, you should keep it and not be a gossip.
Loud sounding soup.
Yes.
Okay, that's a good one. I think I like that. I have another one, and it is wepụ aka enwe n'ofe tupu o were aka mmadụ. Now, enwe is monkey. And I think this is more contextual because maybe in the past, there wasn't so much electricity and bright lights. So if you suspect that there's a monkey's hand in your pot of soup, take it out on time before you finally realize that it may actually be a human being's hand. So it's just about, it's teaching time saves 9. If you suspect that whether it's a monkey or not, whatever you feel that is about to get access into your pot of soup, discard it on time before you find out, oh, this is actually a human's hand and it's taking all the juicy meat out of your soup.
Right.
Yes.
Nice. Sounds good.
Yeah.
I would be saying this. They say, Ilé ọba tó jóná, ẹwà ló bù sí.
Ewa is beans.
No, ẹwà in this case is beauty.
Ooh.
Ẹwà, and there is ẹwà.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Ẹwà is ẹwà, redo, and then there is ẹwà, dodo.
Which
As
is
in
beans.
do.
Yes, down.
Yeah, beans. So you can see it's deflecting, it's like descending sound. So Ilé ọba tó jóná, ẹwà ló bù sí. That is the king's palace that got burnt. It's gonna add beauty to it. Literally saying when things go bad, you can always start
It's an
again,
opportunity
and
to
for you
start.
to regroup. And so when you fall, rise and shine.
Okay. I have another one. Agwọ emeghị ihe o ji bụrụ agwọ. Agwọ. Ụmụaka were ya kee ajụ. Or gwa ajụ. Some people say gwa ajụ. Some people say ka ajụ. Some people will say kee nkụ. Now, I'm going to explain. So, if a snake doesn't show itself to be a snake, kids will either use it to tie firewood, or even aju is like when you have a head pad that you're about to carry water, and you have that head pad. Kids will tie the snake and use it as a head pad. So practically, if you don't prove yourself, people will take you for granted. Sometimes you really have to show, okay, I'm actually a dangerous snake. So, and it's contextual here because they use kids. That means people who don't even deserve to near you will. So sometimes it's good to either build boundaries or assert dominance and show your presence, or else people will take you for granted.
Yeah. So I think the closest to that I remember now in Yoruba is tabakpeni bi imi eshikeshiyama baleni. Imi is an euphemistic word to use for feces, defecation.
Poop.
So when you stay long where you are defecating, the different flies will perch on you.
Oh, I see.
So if you take your time doing one thing or just make yourself available everywhere, then every Tom, Dick, and Harry will come all over you and they will just mess around you. But you really need to set a boundary for everything you do in life. I think that's the closest to that problem.
I like that. I think I can, piggyback off that and jump off that. And it's practically about how actions have consequences. So, onye kpata nkụ arụrụ or onye kpatara nkụ arụrụ se ngwere bịa rụọ oriri. Now there are two animals here. Arụrụ, some people say ahụhụ, but are correct, is ant. So if you gather firewood filled with ants, you're literally making free invitation for lizards into your house. Do you understand? Because lizards love insects and love ants. So if you go outside and you gather firewood that is filled with ants, just know that your kitchen or your store is going to be filled with lizards. So practically, action have consequences. Whatever it is you do, you're going to have to deal with the consequences. Yeah, so that's basically that.
And the one that is closer to that also is the one that says, Tí ògiri ò bá lanu, alangba ò lè wo ògiri. Alangba is a lizard.
Oh,
Ogiri is wall. Lano means opening. So if there is no opening on the wall, a lizard won't come inside it.
I see.
Oftentimes it is used for couples that when you do not expose your marriage issues to everybody to talk about, then there will be no third party to then be given unsolicited advices. So if you do not give people room to come into your life, if you do not bring very strong boundaries for people, then everybody will just, it's somebody that can just dump different things on. So
okay, I'm going to move away from action and consequences.
So no more piggyback.
But again, this might even be related. So this one is akajaja nebute onumanu. Now, manu is oil, palm oil.
Okay.
Igbos are huge fan of oil, like in terms of yam and oil. We like that. It's part of our heritage, strong heritage. Yes. So what it means is dirty hands. If you get your hands dirty, you will be able to have a juicy meal. So if you work hard, you will enjoy. If you get your hands dirty doing work, then you're going to be able to afford have your mouth literally filled with oil. So it's just about hard work and how hard work is.
So I mean, that would also remind me of another proverb that is similar to hard work, and that's ẹni tó bá máa jẹ inú àpáta kò ní wẹnu àáké. If you must, and it's a way of describing how hard you must work to be successful. Àáké is axe. Ẹyin inú àpáta. Ẹyin inú àpáta is I imagine it's just to break like a rock. So if you must break a rock to get his egg, I imagine maybe there are other interpretations to that particular. Maybe there's something inside rock that you can get, but let's even assume it's the rock to get something out of a rock, and you continue to use your axe to break it. You must not look at the mouth of the axe to be dent. It's getting dent. No, I don't think. Let me just stop. So for as long as you continue, if you must get it, you must strive.
Persevere.
Yes.
I like that. I like that. It's like hard work also.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is about how, again, back to the oil. Palm oil is very notorious for finding its way. Like if I'm wearing white now, the one thing I shouldn't use is palm oil, because just one touch of it, you're going to be shocked how it will be all over your t-shirt, your white shirt. It spreads and it's all. So this one says otuaka rutamanu uzuo haono. So when one person goes to get their hands dirty with oil, in no time the whole community is soiled with oil, because of it's just about how when one person does something, it has a way of spreading, and especially something bad in this instance, it's going to affect every other person. So I used to remember this one particularly from primary school, when the teacher comes into class, the Igbo teacher, and she says, who are the people, like she's writing on the board and she says, who are the people making noise, and we refuse to own up. She gets to flog the entire class. And then she was quotes that proverb, Otuaka Rotamano. So since one person is making noise and you guys don't want to give up the person's name, I'm going to have to flog the entire class. And we all bear the consequences for allowing that one person to bring palm oil into our class.
Nice. Sounds good. The other one is Apekoto Jeon Konije Baje. He will laugh last, laughs best. Or if there is delay is not denial.
Oh, I see.
Literally. So Apekoto Jeon, if the patient dog eat the fattest bone. So it's just encouraging people to be patient in their lives, and also they should not be too overly ambitious. Yes. So
okay. Yeah. This one, I don't know if it qualifies as a proverb or as a idiom. Sometimes the two can be intertwined. Sometimes. Yes. It's just as literal as it is. O jimnala, jionweya. So to jim madanala, it means to hold someone down on the ground. So if you're holding me down on the ground, you yourself are on the ground. So it's just like a way of telling someone, if you're trying to get in the way of my progress, you're also in the way of your own progress, because you're not going forward. We're both on the ground. Until you decide to stand up and let me go, you will go and I will stand up and go.
I imagine it's something that refers to when they say, when you point one finger at people,
Thank
the
you.
other five
Five
are pointing at you. Yeah, I get
yes.
one other one is, they say, Ile Latin Rode. Like, charity begins at home.
Oh, I
like
see.
It is from your
I
home,
see.
you take your jewelries, your good dressing outside. So you do not go outside and become good. It is from home that you learn to be good. So, and then people will see what you exhibit outside is a reflection of where you come from. So what you do and who you are. So Ile Latin Rode.
Okay. This one is funny. So Ugwu mụta mgbaji ukwu, agadi nwanyị amụta ịgba aka n'ukwu arị elu. Different people say it different way, but so if, for example, Mountain Everest, there are lots of reports that people are snapping their back while climbing it. Older women, being smart, will learn how to climb it by holding their waist. You know, when you're doing something that might snap your back, the smart thing to do is give support to your waist with your hand. So it's just practically, if a mountain learns how to start snapping people's back, older women will also become smart by, holding their waist while they climb. So it's just literally like, if something bad happens, people learn from it and, adapt around it. Yeah.
One more proverb from the Yoruba land is the one that says, Bí a bá sọ̀kò sọ́jà, a tabara ilé, a tabara ẹni. That is, he who throws a stone into the marketplace is bound to eat one of his relatives. So when you do something, be careful what you do to others, because what you do to others can boomerang back to you.
I like that. This one might be a bit nasty, but I'm just going to say it. Anyo koma mirono, obo fufu. So if we gather together to pee at a spot, it's going to foam. When one person pees at a spot, it doesn't foam, it just splatters. But imagine like a group of 4 or 5 people peeing at the same spot, you're literally going to get this foamy, foam gathering. So it's just a way of saying, when we do things together, we have more impact, as opposed when one person does it.
Ibi tí a bá pè lórí, a kì í fi tẹ̀lẹ̀. Or they will say, kò ní burú fún orí, ká dé fìlà sọ́rùn ẹsẹ̀.
Ori's head.
Ori's head. So they say, ibi tí a bá pè lórí, a kì í fi tẹ̀lẹ̀. Wherever you call the head, cannot be dragged on the floor.
Oh, I see.
So it's more or less another one that is preaching respect. And they say, kò ní burú fún orí, ká dé fìlà sọ́rùn ẹsẹ̀. That it will never be, the head will never have misfortune such that the cap will then be, the knee will be where you put the cap and not the head. So the head will always continue to carry the cap, the crown. So because Yoruba people have very great reverence for head. They even believe your head is your destiny, there's some things around the cosmetology about the head. So if you tabak lori akifitele, more or less just respect yourself and behave yourself.
Okay. This one is onwegi hanya huru baobara. There's nothing the eye will behold that will make it start bleeding. I mean, it can cry, but it will never bleed. In terms of, I behold such a crazy scene that my eyes can't take it anymore, that it starts bleeding. It's a way of saying nothing is new under the sun. There's no misfortune that will be so bad that is irredeemable that your eye will start bleeding. Your eye could cry, you could water, but after a while, you clean your eyes and you move on, life would continue. So it's not going to be something that you behold that is so new and so grave that your eye will start bleeding, instead of bringing out water, it brings out blood. So it's just a way of, it can be a way of to comfort someone. It can also be a way of, giving yourself courage. This is not going to be the worst thing that could happen to me, so I will move on from it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. One more from my end is Igi gogoro ma gun mi lójú atokere láti wò.
I mean,
so
it sounds intense.
So it's like Igi gogoro is like, if you want to, you have to plan for the raining days.
Okay.
That's the literal meaning. You have to prepare. So igi gogoro magbomi loju. Like if there is a stick dangling above, for it not to poke you in your eyes, you have to be watchful of it from far. So you have to plan ahead. Yes, so that's the meaning.
Okay, it's one of the funny ones. Okay, I think I will do this one. Okpana, okpoko buru, buru, ntichiri ya. So okpana is grasshopper. Okpoko is a particular bird that makes lots of noise, like very loud, audible noise. So if you, as a grasshopper, allows yourself to be picked by this loud bird, you really must be deaf. So it's always a way of telling people always say it when people are being stubborn. For this misfortune to befall you, you really have been stubborn because you saw the warning signs. You heard the bird crying over and over and coming close, and you were there, hesitant, eating the grass, and then you allowed the bird to pick you up. So it's a way of telling people that serves you right. You literally saw this coming, but you allowed it.
Yes, and the last one from my end is, they say, díẹ̀ ni mo ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ fi ń wọgbá. You know, pigs are known to be dirty. So when you then do not prevent them from entering your yard, wọgbá, entering your yard, it would enter into it and just mess everywhere up. So it's just saying you have to deal with problem as quickly as they come. You do not let them fester for long. So nip them in the bud from the get-go.
Love that.
Yeah, okay. I mean, this is just to show how beautiful different cultures are. There is no superior culture. There is no inferior culture. It depends on what you know about that culture. And for you to see different cultures are beautiful. They have lexical, linguistic, and literature beauty, historical richness, traditional wealth, many other things you can name. And this is one of the ways you can see it showcases the beauty of the Yoruba and the Igbo culture. We'd just like you to tell us which of the proverbs you know, or is there anyone we missed out? Let's hear from you. Thank you. Bye. Ó dàbọ̀.
Cody.